Yo, what is up? It is your boy Stephlyon. Today we're going to be reacting to another board gamer video about some of the updates coming and Alpha 4.0.2 already? That's kind of crazy. Let's react to it and let's see what I think about it.
Welcome to some more Star Citizen news. Today I'm going to be talking about the Fight for Pyro Phase 2.
Do your
Loads
wings
of new
change
missions
color?
for that. Missions for
Wait, I'm bamboozled already.
About the Fight for Pyro
Yeah, their
Phase
wings change
2.
color, look!
Hello and welcome to some more Star
wings change
Citizen
color.
news. Today I'm going to be talking about the Fight for Pyro Phase 2. Loads of new missions for that. Alpha 4.0.1 hotfixes, the state of that at the moment. Alpha 4.0.2 coming up. Let's talk about the Fight for Pyro Phase 2 and Alpha 4.0.1 live. So just released to that 4.0.1 live build. We've got Phase 2 of the Fight for Pyro. This expands out the missions available.
Look. Nah, guys. I've literally done my first mission, and I'm pretty sure it was at one of these bunkers, and I promise you, it is jam-packed. There is so many players there. Like, NPCs are just spawning. There's so much, like, there's some cool-ass armor you can get from these areas, and it's so awesome. Like, I did the first part, so it told me to go to this planet, went to the bunker, and there was so much going on. There was, like, people flying around with freaking vultures, ships getting destroyed, turrets, NPC ships, enemies on the ground. It was crazy, and it was super fun. So, like, I really like that, but the only thing is, I don't know if I could do it multiple times. I've only done it once, right?
For that event, it's a couple for each faction, from infiltrating or retaking bases to destroying ships and defending servers. You need to complete 6 missions of each of the phases 1 and 2 so far to be eligible for the Ripper SMG and ship skin
I've done one
rewards,
so far then,
and expect that to carry over to more and more until potentially the last phase, which might only need to be completed once, but we'll let you know as soon as
I still need my Frontier Fighter outfit. I still need it. So I gotta get it.
You know, it looks at the moment as well that we're getting a phase each week, a new phase each week for that. Remember as well, when you take the intro mission for one of the 3 factions, you are locked to that faction. As a lot of you may be aware as well, Alpha 4.0.1 is getting hotfix a lot.
CIG doesn't want me to play. You told me, oh guys, we have this game, come test our game. You don't want me to test your game because every time I want to log in, patch, hotfix, patch, update, error, update. I want you to test the game. Allow me, please, CIG. I'm begging you.
You're really focusing on this because 4.0.1 was pretty broken for a lot of people. And well,
but guys, this is the thing. Like, obviously, take this with a grain of salt because I am still like learning. But I feel like when it was in the test U, so the PTU, everyone kind of said it was great. It was working awesome. They had no issues with it. And then they launched it and it was just so broken. The only thing I can see that could potentially be that reason is the fact that there wasn't as many players, so it wasn't really stress tested. But then my brain is saying, if they're doing that and if they don't have enough people to stress test it to the point where it's going to be like on the live networks, wouldn't they just like, I don't know, spawn in player-based NPCs that are kind of like have the same signature as a player to just stress the system, like spawning a whole bunch of stuff to see how things go wrong? Like, I think they'd have a program running that could do that. It was just really weird because I was looking at it and I was like, everyone said it was working so perfectly. Then it dropped and it was broken as hell. But I will say that I am very impressed with the amount of fixes. Like, again, as I said, it's hotfix after hotfix. I know I was saying I was pissed. I'm not pissed about it. That was a joke. But like, it's really impressive the way they're just dropping fixes and fixes and fixes. It shows us that they're actually kind of serious about making the game playable and stability, which is really, really nice because normally when a game breaks or when a stuff break on a game when they do an update, they kind of like take a month or 2 to fix it up. But the fact that we're seeing so many, like in the last week, I think we've got 3 different fixes, which is pretty awesome. I want to see how it progresses and how much better it gets before we get this 4.0.2.
It's broken for everyone. It's just varying levels of broken.
Yeah.
The latest hotfix build at time recording brings in a handful of crash and deadlock fixes for the client and server that are all in the top 10 since 4.0.1 Live was released. Currently, they're tracking an issue with Vulkan and the latest NVIDIA drivers. They recommend you using DirectX 11 for now until a future NVIDIA update is.
Oh my goodness. I remember the day I updated my NVIDIA, I couldn't play Star Citizen because the new NVIDIA update came out like, I think it was like almost 2 weeks now. The day I updated it, I couldn't play Star. Damn, so it's actually interfering with Star Citizen.
released. There is some additional logging with the build. This should lead to some further improvements. I'm not 100% sure how that logging is going to affect your gameplay experience. It might cause some additional performance hits. CIG have since said as well, we've got some great logging from it, and we're testing code put in to detect stuck elevators and transit and reset
the elevators
them.
are crazy
Now this
right
is
now.
in 4.0.2, but we might be able to hotfix it over to live if testing goes well. CIG did go on to say, I'm not trying to get hopes up, but we'll have more news later if we can port that over as a hotfix. And yes, CIG.
So they're testing the elevators being fixed, and they could potentially be able to put it into a hotfix for the live version. Please, we need. Again, the elevators are for me, right? I'm trying my best to be as open-minded with the whole situation because of the fact that they're still building a game. It's still a game in development. But the one thing I need is the fundamentals, and the elevators are the biggest part of the fundamentals. We need them to work. Every single time I log on, there's always a broken elevator. We need them to work. And please, CIG, fix the elevators. If that's the only thing that's working and no one has any issues with elevators, I think around 20% of the problems that everyone is facing in this game disappears. 20%.
IG have been applying loads of hotfixes to 4.0.1. It is significantly better than it was
way better,
with its initial release, but it still has a way to go. And over the last few days, in addition to the ones
look, keys. Hold on, let me go back. I found, look at this, wait, hold on, let me see.
But
I found this armor, and I promise you, it is the sickest armor I have seen, bro. Like, if it wasn't green, like, green is a little bit ugly on armor, because, like, it looks like, nah. But, yo, it's sick. I found this armor, and, man, my mind was blown, bro. I gotta put it on. I need to farm it, though. I need to farm it, like high-key, need to farm it.
Few days in addition to the ones we've already talked about. We've had fixes, or at least potential fixes, for power allocation and pips getting set to 0, going randomly off.
See this?
Loadout customizations not being saved to players. Entity management performance improvements, along with the ability to more easily deal with items falling through planet surfaces, rogue entities. You should have a smoother performance actually getting into your hangar loaded, and using an elevator to get to that hangar. Players are still recommended to wait a couple of seconds before entering and exiting the elevators to and
I'm sorry. I don't believe that, because I logged in like 4 days ago, and I promise you, my elevators and my freaking hangars were still botched. I literally was about to leave my hangar, and another ship spawned inside my ship, and my ship literally almost blew up. I promise you, my wing flew off and everything. It's still botched.
Changing shards was causing mission location travel markers to become removed from the player. Fixes for weapon gimbals, fixes for client server zone mismatching, which had knock-on effects with transit and elevators. Tons of server and client crash fixes coming.
But one thing, like something that you guys have been saying, a few of you guys have been talking about players like murder hobos, and you're saying like CIG's not doing anything about that. I thought they'd put out some sort of statement or some sort of penalty, because yeah, I get it. Pyro is lawless and whatnot. Yeah, I get it. People can go around killing anyone, but I see a lot of people who like complain in the chat about people kind of camping the gateways, and it's like, that's kind of not fair, because if you're camping a gateway, it's kind of like what used to happen on other games I play. Like it's like on Ark, people camp terminals, because you have to go to a terminal, you have to spawn. So they camp terminals, they camp the obelisk. In other MMORPGs I've played, people camp entrances and exits, and they camp like places that players spawn at, just so they can kill you and take all your loot. It's really, really weird that they set up this like a lawless system, but he didn't put a system in place to like defend this, because at the end of the day, once you come out of a portal or whatever, anyone who's locked on you has first dibs. They can hit you first. It's going to be a lot harder for a player to come out of the quantum drive, come out of a portal, and turn their shields back on fast enough and defend themselves, unless you're like a huge ship or a ship that just heals up its shields super fast. And it's like, they should put some sort of timer or radius around the jump points where it's like, you cannot use your weapons. Like, this is an armistice zone for the next 5 miles or 6 miles outside of this jump point. But I don't see them doing that. And it's like, as soon as you land out of that portal, you can start shooting. And I've seen so many people crying about it. And I'm like, I get why you're crying about it, because that's kind of botched. You shouldn't have to be defending yourself as soon as you come out of a portal. Like, that's kind of crazy. So I think there needs to be something about that. Because it's like, yeah, I get it. Outside of that scenario, yeah, it's a Lawless. Everybody should die. But like before that, there needs to be something.
Also, something that is going to be coming later this week, we believe, with at least a PTU, is Alpha 4.0.2. So,
Okay.
yeah, those hotfixes go a long way to making 4.0.1 better, more playable and accessible, but CIG's putting together a even larger set, or at least a set of updates that require a client update, at least a more significant one. CIG said the team is fully focused on rolling out 4.0.2 as soon as possible. I believe in practice, this will probably come around the same time as Core or more, or just before. So you got the Valentine's Day mini event that's going to be turning up around.
They do a Valentine's Day event?
February, so towards the
Okay.
end of next week, I would expect this patch. 4.0.2 could contain other updates as well. These are going to be updates to playability and performance and stability, getting Vulkan working better, things like that. It's
Everyone keeps talking. Okay, Vulkan. Please let me know if you use Vulkan. Because right now I'm on a Nvidia GPU. Is Vulkan better, especially if you make content, if you record your gameplay? Do you have better performance when you're like stressing your system out if you're using Vulkan? Because a lot of people are telling me to use Vulkan, but I'm scared that if I tried it, I just botch everything. So I haven't used it yet, but I'm probably gonna try it out soon because I've been kind of messing around with my settings to see what's better. I literally just realized that I upgraded my system, but I didn't even realize or even remember to check what my frequency was. So my frequency is like 3200, right? And I looked on my thing and it was 2100. So my PC had clamped me down to 2133, I think, and I didn't even know. But I put it up to 3200 and I think I should have better performance. I have been seeing better performance in terms of like just usage. Things are popping up a lot faster. I haven't played Star Citizen yet with that, so I need to see if that gives me a boost in Star Citizen, which means I could potentially turn on my clouds again.
very unlikely to be engineering or whatever. I'm expecting engineering now in 4.1, the next sort of major patch. But I'm really interested to know your experiences with Alpha 4.0.1 and what you're expecting for 4.0.2. And do you think...
But at first, I have to say, it was terrible. My first few times playing, like my first time playing it went perfectly smooth. Then after that, sometimes I couldn't log on. When I logged in, nothing was working. Elevators and home stations and like space stations weren't working at all, and it just pissed me off because like, I can't even leave to go try to do anything. So that's like, yeah, my second, third, fourth time playing the new patch was crazy. 4.0.1 was just giving me freaking coal after coal. But I will say the last time I played it, after the last like hotfix patch, kind of went smoothly. Didn't lag. Everything was good. My server was pretty populated. I think it was like 400 people on it. So it was pretty nice. And I didn't lag. Didn't do nothing. Was like things were. I think the only issue I saw was at one point some elevators weren't working, but the rest on the other side were working. I was at Ruin Station and one side was not working, the other side was working. So it kind of was a lot better. I'm going to be playing a lot more this weekend, and hopefully I can say it's gotten a lot better. And we'll see what they do with the new patches.
Expecting for 4.0.2, and do you think that CIG are going to be able to get this patch into a good state in the next few weeks? Certainly doesn't need to be perfect. We are expecting alpha. We're just not expecting steps backwards in terms of stability and playability. Some bits you've got to look forward to as well. Later today, Wednesday, we've got the Persistent Universe monthly report. So
basically, CIG did like almost a 3-hour live stream, and they posted it. I'm going to watch it anyway. If you'd like me to react or at least record my reaction to it, and then anything that's interesting where I have a big opinion about it, I can cut them up and put them into little videos and put them out for you. If you'd like to see that, let me know and I will do that. But as for now, I'm planning to watch it. But if you want to see me react to it, let me know. I'll just press the record button when I'm watching it, and I'll put those out, you know?
I'm keenly awaiting a roadmap update, and this is the next best thing.
Right.
Thursday, we've got a special Star Citizen Live. You're going to have Jared and Benoit Beauséjour talking about plans for the rest of the year, deep dives into the issues that they were having with 4.0 and 4.0.1. I expect it to be a particularly spicy and juicy episode.
Yeah, I feel like they're doing a decent job. I don't want to say a great job, but I feel like they're doing a decent job because so far from how it launched, to how it is now. It's a lot better, a lot better from my experience. And hopefully when I go on for the rest of the week, I can say, yes, it is a lot better and it is getting better. But from what I've experienced so far with the little time I've had to play, it's got a lot better. A lot of the lag is gone, a lot of the issues with things not working. And it's like, even if some stuff isn't working, you have another option, like the elevator, for instance. If one set is not working, the other set's going to work. And I feel like that is the minimum, they have to do is at least give you an option. And the fact that they're doing that right now, I feel like it's okay. And yeah, I like to see them pushing themselves, and they're putting update after update. And yeah, it's annoying, because I have 150 megs of internet speed, so sometimes it's annoying when I have to come home and I'm like coming home from work super hyped to play Star Citizen, and then I have to do an update for 2 hours, and by the time it's done, I need to shower, eat, and go to bed, and it's like, I couldn't play today. But it's good to see them putting out the updates. It's good to see them doing the fixes. And yeah, Fight for Pyro, the first mission I did was pretty freaking fun. And I just love seeing so many people doing the same thing and like just in the area and everyone just going crazy. And there's not a lot of people killing each other. Like, I don't know, maybe just the servers I'm choosing are pretty like friendly. No one's killing each other. We're just playing the game. Like, even at one point I was helping someone. He was literally doing his mission and I looked over him and I just kind of like made sure no one killed him or no one came close to him. And anytime he was getting like messed up by the NPCs, I helped shoot them. So I feel like it's really fun. So how's your experience so far? What kind of system are you running? What are your specs? Because I just feel like Star Citizen might hate AMD chips. I can't lie to you. I feel like Star Citizen hates AMD chips. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your experience is going. Don't forget, if you liked what you heard in this video, it was a board game review I reacted to. So make sure to go check him out on his channel as well. If you like my little bit of input here and there, you feel me? Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.